Today we are going to start a new lesson, The Snake and the Mirror. The Snake and the Mirror, the author is Vaikom Muhammad Bashir. Let us first see we can introduce our author, Vaikom Muhammad Bashir. He was born on 1908, who is fondly remembered as Bepur Sultan. He is a humanist, freedom fighter, novelist and short story writer, hailing from Kerala. So he is from Kerala. He is noted for his disarmingly down-to-earth style of writing that made him equally popular among literary critics as well as the common man. So his simple writing attracted all common people also. So very good stories. His notable works include Balya Sakhi, Shabdangal, Puttanmayante Aadu, Pathummayante Aadu, Madilugal, Ende Uppakkurundairnu Aadu, then and Anarga Nimisham. He was awarded the Padma Shri in 1982. So let us see the story. Before that, we will go to Bashir, the Sultan of Stories, is a true lover of nature. He is a true lover of nature. He highlights the blend of all creatures and nature in his story. In his story, most of the stories about nature, and he is included in the nature. The stories evoke humor. So too much humor is there, and sarcasm on the follies of man. So sarcasm is criticism, humorness in the follies. Follies means foolishness of the man. Here is such a story, read and enjoy. The Snake and the Mirror is the story. Has a snake ever coiled itself round any part of your body? A full-blooded cobra? So one question is asking here, has a snake ever coiled itself round any part of your body? That also a full-blooded cobra means full energetic cobra. Did ever coiled to anyone? All of us fell silent. So we all fell silent. The question came from the homeopath. Who asked the question? The homeopath asked the question. The topic came up when we were discussing snakes. We listened attentively as the doctor continued with the tale. So we listened. So we are very interested to listen what he is saying. So he starts the what had happened. It was a hot summer night about 10 o'clock. So it was a hot summer. Too much hot is there. Night maybe around 10 o'clock. I had my meal at the restaurant and returned to my room. So I had the meal at restaurant and returned to my room. I heard a noise from above as I opened the door. When I opened the door, I heard a noise from above. The sound was a familiar one because I can hear often, I can hear this sound. I took out my box of matches and lighted the kerosene lamp on the table. So it is dark because around 10 o'clock night. So I lighted the lamp, that is kerosene lamp. Kerosene means manna, yes. The house was not electrified. The house is not electrified. There was no current, nothing. It was a small rented room. That is also room also not big. It is a small rented house. I had just set up medical practice and my earnings were meager. Means I have not much money. I have little. I am getting little money because I am just practicing my medical practicing. I had about 60 rupees in my suitcase. Only how much I have the money? Only 60 rupees. Along with some shirts and dhotis. Then I have some few dhotis and shirts. I also possessed one solitary black coat. Solitary means, here solitary meaning ekantada, this here alone, only one single black coat which I was then wearing. I took off my black coat, white shirt and not so white vest and hung them up. So I entered my room and lighted the lamp, kerosene lamp. Then I took off my dress, coat, white shirt. He wore white shirt and then not so white vest, the bunian, the inside he wear, that is not so white, that is little dirty, and hung them up. I opened the two windows in the room. So to get the breeze, I opened two windows also. I opened the window. It was an outer room with one wall facing the open yard. This is outer room, because I can see the field, in the field side that the room was. It had a tiled roof with the long supporting gables. So you can see in the picture the house, how it was, how it is, the house. So that is in the triangle shape. So you know the shape of a house, no? That rested on the beam over the wall. There was no ceiling. There was no ceiling. There was a regular traffic of rats to and from the beam. So there was regular traffic. The rats are going on here and there all the time. There is too much rats there, so making sound all the time, and pulled it close to the window. So what I did, I made my bed and pulled it close to the wall. I lay down, but I could not sleep. I slept, but I could not sleep. So I got up and went out to the veranda. So I did not feel sleep. I slept, but I did not feel sleep. So I got up and went to the veranda for a little air. Why? Because it is too much hot. So I want to get a little air. So I went out, because there is no current, no? So there is no fan, no electrified the house is. But the wind god seemed to have taken time off. So I went to get a little nice cool breeze. But here the writer says, maybe the wind god has taken time off. Taken time off means stopped the work. Maybe take rest, maybe the writer says. I went back into the room and sat down on the chair. So I went back into the room and sat down on the chair. I opened the box beneath the table and took out a book, the Materia Medica. So because there is no air, so I went inside my room and sat on the chair. I opened the box. There was one book. I want to read that book, which is the book one, the Materia Medica. I opened it at the table on which stood the lamp and a large mirror. So on the table I opened the book and there was a lamp also. I want to read that book. Then I saw a large, there in front of me there was a large mirror. A small comb lay beside the mirror. One feels tempted to look into mirror when it is near. So if there is a mirror near to them, anyone feels to see the mirror. Same way, the writer also felt to see the mirror. I took a look. In those days, I was a great admirer of beauty. So in that time, I too felt to admiring my beauty. And I believed in making myself look handsome. So I want to make myself look beautiful or handsome. I was unmarried and was a doctor. So moreover, I am unmarried person and a doctor. I felt I had to make my presence felt. So I wanted that everyone I want to see, that everyone have to see me. So I want to make everyone pleasing. I picked up the comb and ran it through my hair. So just I picked the comb and ran it to my hair and adjusted the parting so that it looked straight and neat. So I adjusted my hair, I made neat that sound from above. Once again I heard the sound. I took a close look at my face in the mirror. So in the mirror I heard the sound, but I know that rats are going here and there running, so I did not feel anything. So once again I saw the mirror. I made an important decision. So when I looked at the mirror, I made one important decision. I would shave daily. So what I will do, I would shave daily and grow a thin mustache. So very beautifully I will cut my mustache, then I will look very handsome, beautiful. To look more handsome, so I want to look more handsome, so I will shave daily and make the mustache how very thin. I was after all a bachelor and a doctor, so I am a doctor and I am a bachelor. I did not marry. I want to go, just I am going to marry, so I have to look very handsome. You are seeing, I looked into the mirror and smiled. So I looked into the mirror again. Once again I am admiring myself, my beauty. I am admiring my beauty. Then I looked again, then I smiled. It was an attractive smile. So I smiled. So it is so beautiful, so attractive smile. I made another earth-shaking decision. So I made now again. So first decision what he made? He made one decision that he would shave daily. Now again he makes another decision. What is that? I made another earth-shaking decision. I would always keep that attractive smile on my face, because when I give smile, it looks so handsome. So daily I will smile. Okay. To look more handsome. Why I will smile daily? Because to look handsome. I was after all a bachelor. I am not what? I am after all a bachelor. And a doctor too. See, the writer many times he tells that I am a doctor, I am a bachelor. So, and I was a bachelor and a doctor too on top of it. On top of means I am a bachelor, not that bachelor, I am a doctor also. He is introducing himself again and again. Again came that noise from above. So when he was thinking he is making strong decision, so once again the sound, he heard the sound from above. I got up, lit a bidi. Bidi means smoking. I smoked and paced up and down the room. Then another lovely thought struck me. So he made he made one decision. He want to shave daily. Second decision, what he want? He keeps attractive smile on his face. Now one more decision. Then another lovely thought struck me. I would marry. I would get married to a woman doctor. So I will marry to a woman doctor who had plenty of money, who having too much money. So I will marry one rich lady doctor, and a good medical practice. So she should be always busy. Means she have to make too much money. So had to be fat. Not only she should be a doctor, too much a rich person, and here she should be fat for a valid reason. Why the writer says his wife should be fat? Why? For there is one reason why. Let us see what is the reason. If I made some silly mistake, if the doctor makes a silly mistake and needed to run away, she should not be able to run after me and catch me. So if he makes some silly mistake, he wants to run away, she should not be able to catch him. So he will run faster than his wife. He wants to run faster than wife. If she is fat, he thinks if she is fat, she cannot run. Okay, this is the valid reason he wants to marry the fat lady. With such thoughts in my mind, I resumed my seat in the chair in front of the table. So I thought, see, there he told that I got up and ate a BD. Now with this idea, he got a new idea. He wanted to marry a fat lady, that is doctor, rich person also. Because why he want to marry a fat lady? Because when he makes a mistake, if he runs, she could not run. She is unable to run. So if she is fat, she cannot run. So she wanted that. Because she should be fat. Here, with such a thought in my mind, I resumed my seat. Once again, I sat in my seat, the chair in front of the table. There were no more sounds from above. Now there was no sound. Suddenly, there came a dull thud, as if a rubber tube had fallen to the ground. So now, for a while, there was no sound, nothing, calm. Suddenly, there came something fall down. Surely, nothing to worry about it. So he knows nothing to worry about it. Something fallen, maybe big rat, maybe fallen, he thought. Even so, I thought I would turn around and take a look. So anyway, I thought I will turn and look. No sooner had I turned than a fat snake wriggled over the back of the chair. So when I just turned, there is no time. Just I turned, the snake wriggled to the chair. Wriggled means crawled to the chair and landed on my shoulder. See, just same time when I turned, the fat snake came to the chair, then came to on his shoulder. The snake's landing on me and my turning were simultaneous. At the same time, the snake crawled in my hand, my shoulder, then I turned to look at both also at the same time. Simultaneous means same time. I did not jump, I did not tremble. So I did not jump, I did not afraid, I did not cry out. So I did not do anything. I did not jump, I did not tremble, means shivering, I did not afraid, I did not cry out. There was no time to do any such thing, because why I did not cry, I did not jump, I did not afraid, why? There was no time. Meanwhile, within second, everything has happened. The snake slithered along my shoulder and coiled around my left arm above the elbow. So now the snake moved slowly and came coiled in full arm. You see the picture, how you can see the picture here, how the snake coiled on his arm, shoulder. And coiled around my left arm and the elbow. The hood was spread out. Hood means its head spread out, and its head was hardly 3 or 4 inches from my face. So here you can see the snake spread his hood here, then only 2 or 3 inches. That's a snake was near to my face. It should not be correct to say merely that. I sat there holding my breath. So I did not breathe also. So I cannot breathe because I cannot take the air out and in. I was turned to stone. So I became already like a stone. But my mind was very active. But my body fully became like a stone. But my mind is very active. The door opened into darkness. The room was filled with darkness. In the light of lamp, I sat there like a stone image in the flesh. So he says, the door was open, but too much dark. Only the lamp was burning, little light is there. In the light of lamp, I sat there like a stone. I sat there like a stone. Image in the flesh. Flesh means like he has the body, but he have no he's not breathing. It's like a stone. I felt then the great presence of the creator of this world and this universe. Now I thought of God. See here, now he felt what? The presence of the creator of this world. Who's the creator of this world? Means the God and this universe. So the creator, the God. Now I felt the presence of God. I was thinking now about God. God was there. So now I am thinking God is there. Suppose I said something and he did not like it. So I told God was there. I was thinking, that time I thought, because before I did not say about God before, but when now in difficulty time I called God. So maybe the God also don't like, maybe. I tried in my imagination. So I thought if God don't like means if I called God, maybe God also don't like. I tried in my imagination. So I thought, I just imagined to write in bright letters outside my little heart the words, oh God. So I am unable to call, oh my God, but I want to write near to my heart, oh God. There was some pain in my left arm, the snake coiled in his arm, so it is too much pain. It was as if a thick leaden road made of molten fire. So he is thinking, this is too much pain, because the snake coiled him. This takes too much pain. He feels like first he told it is a leaden road. No, it is a road made of molten fire. Was slowly but powerfully crushing my arm. Slowly, the snake is moving slowly, but my arm is very painful. The arm was beginning to be drained of all strength. So I am thinking my strength, I am losing my strength. What could I do? At my slightest movement, the snake would strike me. If I make little movement here and there, the snake will bite me. Death lurked 4 inches away. So death is waiting for me. Death is waiting for me only in the 4 inches. Suppose it struck. What was the medicine I had to take? So suppose if the snake bites, what can I do? What medicine I can take? Because I am a doctor. Before he was saying I am a doctor. But you think here, there were no medicines in the room. And he is always, many times used that I am a doctor. But here, if the snake bites him, there was no medicine in the room. I was but a poor, foolish and stupid doctor. Now, before he was admiring his beauty and he is proud of his bachelorship and his doctor. Now, he is feeling that is his poor, foolish and stupid doctor. Now he is accepting that I am a foolish and stupid doctor. I forgot my danger and smiled feebly at myself. So when I am thinking that I am a foolish, stupid doctor, I forgot my danger, then just I gave a smile. It seemed as if God appreciated that. Maybe God pleased to me, God helped me. The snake turned its head. So before, the snake was facing face to face. Doctor's face to face. Now the snake turned his head. It looked into the mirror and saw its reflection. The snake saw its reflection in the mirror. I do not claim that it was the first snake that had ever looked into a mirror. So he says, I am not claiming that is the first snake to see the mirror. No, I am not going to say that. But It was certain that the snake was looking into the mirror, but really the snake was looking at the mirror. Was it admiring its own beauty? Now he is thinking, maybe same thing. Here the author also admiring his beauty while looking at the mirror. Now same thing, the snake also admiring his beauty. Was it trying to make an important decision about growing mustache or using eyeshadow or mascara or wearing a vermilion spot on its forehead? So before we heard that, while he is doctor looking at the mirror, he was thinking how to shape his mustache, then how to keep a smile on his face. He was thinking, but now he is also thinking, snake is looking at the mirror, maybe snake also thinking how to grow his mustache or using eyeshadow or mascara. Mascara means kanmashi. So now the snake also thinking maybe to get more beauty, want to make more style, so using mascara or wearing vermilion. Vermilion means sindhura puttu, vermilion spot on its forehead. So now cobra also thinking maybe that to get more beautiful. So it is now snake also looking at the mirror and admiring its beauty and thinking something there. So the author is saying that the snake is thinking in that way. I did not know anything for certain. What sex was that snake? Was it male or female? So I don't know that snake is a female or male. I don't know. I will never know. So I will never know. Maybe afterwards I cannot understand what is that. Is a girl or boy? For the snake unwound itself from my arm. At this time, the snake loosened his round and slowly slithered into my lap. Slowly came down to his lap. From there, it crept onto the table. So he was looking like this in the mirror. Then the snake came down on the lap. Again, climbed the table. Move towards the mirror, where the mirror is in front of in front of the doctor's side. So snake also went to see near to the mirror. Perhaps it wanted to enjoy its reflection at closer quarters. So maybe it wanted to see the beauty closer to the mirror. I was no mere image cut in granite. So now he is saying, before he said that I sat like a stone. Now he is saying, I am not cut in a granite. I was suddenly a man of flesh and blood. Till maybe 1, 2, 3 minutes he was sat like a stone. Now he is saying that I am not a stone. I am a man of flesh and blood. Still holding my breath, I got up from the chair. So now anyway, I did not breathe easily, but I holding my breath, I got up from the chair. I quietly went out through the door into the veranda. So slowly I moved onto veranda. From there I leapt into the yard and ran for all I was worth. So from there I slowly, because the snake now is admiring his beauty, closer to the mirror. In that time, this opportunity, I got up from the chair and went out and ran from there. Phew. Each of us heaved a sigh of relief. So all this story he was telling with many companions there. So all were released. All of us lit bidis. All we were lit a bidi. Somebody asked. Now one question came from the group. Doctor, is your wife very fat? So he told that he was thinking to marry a fat girl, fat lady. One doctor. So now he is very interested to ask that, is your wife very fat? No, the doctor said. God willed otherwise. The doctor said, no, my wife is not very fat, no fat. my life companion is thin. So he told God willed. God's will is opposite, because he was thinking that he wanted fat lady, but God has given him a thin, very reedy person with a gift of a sprinter. See, sprinter means for athlete, sportsmanship spirit. Athlete, sprinter means athlete, very fast runner here, because the doctor said he wanted a fat lady, because when he makes a mistake, when he runs, she should not be able to run or to catch him. So he should not run, because if she is fat, she cannot run. But here his opposite happened. The wife is very thin and a good runner also. Someone else asked, doctor, when you ran, did the snake follow you? Someone asked. Again one more person asked to him, is there a snake followed you? The doctor replied, I ran and ran till I reached a friend's house. I don't know, I ran and ran. I did not turn and see nothing. I ran till my friend's house. Immediately I smeared oil all over myself and took a bath, because the snake coiled him. So he feeling something. So now what he did, he spread oil on his body and took bath. I changed into fresh clothes. I changed my dress also. The next morning, so I slept there. Okay. The next morning, about 8:30, I took my friend and one or two others to my room. So he did not go alone. He took his friends, two others, to my room to move my things from there. So I want to clear the house. But we had a little to carry. But we found nothing there. Someone has stolen everything. Some thief had removed most of my things. The room had been cleaned out, everything taken out from by thief. But not really. The thief had left behind one thing as a final insult. But the thief did not take everything, but he left one thing. That is made me one insult for me. What is the insult? Then what was that? I asked. The doctor said, my vest, the dirty one. So the inner dress, that is a banyan, he left there. It is very dirty. So the thief did not take that one. The fellow had such a sense of cleanliness. Maybe the thief is very cleanliness. The rascal could have taken it and used it after washing it with soap and water. So doctor says here, he can take the banyan also and he can wash and he can use, no? But he did not take. He made me insulted me. Did you see the snake the next day, doctor? One more question asked. Did you see the snake the next day, doctor? So did the snake was there or was not there? Someone asked. The doctor laughed. I have never seen it since. So doctor laughed. I did not see since. It was a snake which was taken with its own beauty. So now really the doctor also appreciating the snake. He also appreciated his beauty. It was a snake which was taken with its own beauty. So the snake also has his own beauty. Maybe the snake also admiring his beauty. Here the author also admiring the beauty, means he is really lover of nature. So he cares the animals, birds, everything. Okay, we will check next.